Like the way you explained it, it just like it clicked like that. At least in comparison to every other person, like I would just look, and that's how it just made sense, and that's how like I found you. And then I think it's one of the things that I've been missing in terms of my cybersecurity journey. I could honestly see how much time and thought you put into like each video, each lab. You don't want to overlook any little detail. You're like I feel like you're thinking about what it would be for a beginner.
In this interview, you hear firsthand what it's like to be inside the MyDFIR SOC community. So if you've ever wondered what it's really like, this video is for you. Hello, everybody, and welcome to today's video. My name is Steven, and today we're joined by Oscar, who's a member of the MyDFIR SOC community. And today's video is all about him sharing his journey and sharing his experience inside the community. So with that being said, Oscar, can you please introduce yourself?
Hi, well, I'm Oscar. I am currently part of the MyDFIR SOC community. I am currently in help desk, and I'm looking to transition to my first SOC role. A lot of the stuff that I've done is self-taught. I've been in retail majority of my career. I'm super happy and excited to be in this community. Every day I find myself more impassioned to learn about cybersecurity, what a SOC does day to day.
Yeah, that's awesome. You mentioned self-taught. What kind of trainings or courses have you taken?
So I've been in retail the majority of my career in sales. And I don't have, well, only as of this year, I got my CompTIA Security Plus. But prior to that, I don't have a degree in anything IT or tech related. And a lot of the stuff that I've learned is through just like YouTube tutorials or following some sort of career path. I was only really when I started going deeper and deeper, I started enrolling more stuff more formal. So say for example, I did a boot camp not too
Mhm.
long ago. It was useful to a degree. They paid for my CompTIA Security Plus voucher, so there was that. But yeah, majority of it is like self-taught. So I would just look at labs, look at information. I'll just of course try to study it, etc. So that's
Nice.
yeah, that's what I mean on that end.
Yeah, that's awesome. So you took a boot camp, you got your security plus. Was it always cybersecurity?
Here's the thing. So in the beginning, kind of had like I didn't really have a clear path. Like I know I wanted to get into tech in the beginning. Like in the beginning, this was I would say maybe like 2020-ish or 2021. I had a friend that knew somebody in cybersecurity, but in my head I was like, "What is this? I don't even know what it is, right?"
Yep.
So even though it was a very informal job, but I did like QA, like basically quality assurance for like a risk management like software they had. But I kind of still lost. I was like, I really don't get this too much. And then I dabbled a little bit in cloud engineering and then like try to do Python, but none of it really kind of jived. Like it felt like I don't know. I just didn't feel in sync, even though I found the material and all the stuff interesting and whatever. It didn't. I lost kind of passion for it, or like
Mhm.
midway, I would just stop or get distracted, or whatever the case may be. So it wasn't always cybersecurity. It was really until like when I decided to do the boot camp, where I was like, let me just go all in on this because this was like my original intent. And then from since then, it's like now just like there's like no stopping me. Like I want to be there's no stopping me. I just want to commit fully to like cybersecurity, what the world has to offer, and I have no regrets, and I definitely do not regret this decision.
What about red teaming? What about like red team or blue team? Did you decide on that?
There was times where I was like looking at like GRC and then maybe red teaming and then stuff like that. And I just like I know GRC gets a lot of flack because the people feel like it's boring. So I was like, nah, really can't see myself doing that. And then when I red teaming, I know that's how cybersecurity usually gets its allure, at least like, to like people that don't really in its conventional way. But I don't know, something it didn't really stick out to me too much. Like, really, I just know that like the more I learn about blue team stuff, I'm like, yeah, I could see myself doing that for sure. I feel like I have like skills already. They can kind of be transferable. So I'm like, yeah, just makes sense, and I feel comfortable with this. And it looks and it's and yeah, it looks pretty cool. So that's kind of like where I was when it comes to like specificities in cybersecurity.
How did you learn about the community?
When I first found you on, let's say, on YouTube, really, because it was a lot, I would look up cybersecurity projects. I'll look up a lot of career advice, and there would be a whole bunch of things like, it's like YouTube is saturated with it, right? I would just keep looking up like beginner-friendly cybersecurity project. I will use everything I could. Like I'll use AI, and there was something to recommend me. I look up YouTube videos and whatever. And then when I would look at one of them, I'm just like, I'm not really too interested in that. And but that's how I found you on YouTube. I found you on YouTube, and then I saw the way like you explain stuff, and I'm like, for my brain that can't, it's really hard to process stuff. Uh, like the way you explained it, it just like it clicked like that. At least in comparison to every other person, like I would just look, and that's how it just made sense, and that's how like I found you. And then along the way, that's when I ended up joining like your Discord. I'm in like other ones too here and there, but then I don't know, something about like the MyDFIR community. It just like it was just pretty. It felt like I'm like, okay, I've landed safely. Like I found the home in
Yeah.
cyberspace. Yeah, so that's how that happened.
Awesome. You've been in the community for about 2-ish months now. What is it that you like about the community?
There's a lot of things I would say, but I'll try to condense it. So I think it's one of the things that I've been missing in terms of my cybersecurity journey. And it just feels very vibrant. Like you really see everybody like, putting their best foot forward. Everybody's very supportive. It's just very active. It's very distinct from when I've been in the Discord and people will talk or whatever. Like you kind of feel siloed in those type of environments and or whatever case. But this, like when I'm in it, I'm like a part of me like I wanna like log into like school and I wanna see, oh, where's my progress? I wanna see where I am, I wanna keep going, I wanna see everybody else's progress. And I kinda have like this philosophy of like it may not translate too much, but I'm like, we're not free until everybody's free. And in my head, I'm like, I want to see everybody thrive, and then that's what I like about it. Like in comparison to everything else is like since I've been there. It's like I want to see everybody prosper, and it gives me that feeling when I'm in there, and that's what kind of separates it from like any other like group environment or like that I've been in before.
Yeah, and there's this big collaborative environment where folks just keep pushing each other. And we do see this daily accountability prompt, which is what I'm kind of curious about your thoughts on, which is the 90-day SOC Accelerator program. So
Right.
if you could share your thoughts on, does that daily accountability prompt within that program help?
Oh my God. Uh, I don't want to be too like hyperbolic, but it helps tremendously. Like at least for me, I know it helps me tremendously. Like I know it's just like a few clicks on a like, and you're just posting. But in my head, like I kind of made it like a habit of like want to see myself progress more than ever. Like I want to just have that like little tinge of satisfaction is like I did this today and I want to share it, right? So that daily accountability prompt like helps me. And I would say another aspect of it, it's like it just like the things like feel more clear to me. Like it feels a lot more clear to me in comparison to everything else. Like having that little prompt there, I know it may not look like much, but for me it's just like lasered in focus in comparison to everything else.
Yeah, and I love seeing those posts from members because everybody has a different answer. Folks that are sharing their point of view, it's something that, everybody else that whoever clicks into it can also learn from as well. So
Right.
that's mainly one of the reasons why is as to why I structured it like that and have a daily accountability prompt so we can all learn. Once you started joining the community, how has your confidence changed?
Oh, I would say it's definitely improved, like tremendously. So yeah, just to give you some comparison and not knocking anything really, like I've done, there's multiple, I guess, learning tracks or a boot camp that I explained. I think we talked about in the side, but not only did it not really stick with me, I've always had this nagging feeling. I still feel lost. I'm not really learning much, and in comparison to this, I just really appreciate that I could honestly see how much time and thought you put into like each video, each lab. You don't want to overlook any little detail. You're like I feel like you're thinking about what it would be for a beginner in terms of doing all of this. Like I feel like that's on your mind the entire way, and for me, I like it makes it so clear. Every like video you put, every lab you put, and I really appreciate that. Like you're really like I could. It's clear that I could see that vision that you have. At least that's what the sentiment I get. So that's the main thing. Like in comparison to everywhere I've been, it's definitely boosted my confidence in a lot of things. Like Splunk a long time ago would just be like this afterthought. Like yeah, I would always see it in job descriptions. Oh, you need Splunk, you need Splunk, you need Splunk, right? And I would do a lab here and there, like with Splunk or whatever security tool. And it'll kind of be short lived and I didn't really learn much. But with this, at least in like this community, because of the way you navigated or like have presented all of this like material, not only does it stick, like it finally like really connected. Like it really did click. Like all the materials like finally clicking with me in comparison to other environments I've been in.
Yeah, you nailed it with with just how everything is structured, and you touched upon Splunk, and I kind of want to go back to that where in the community we have what is called a SOC simulator, and inside that there is Microsoft Sentinel as well as Splunk. So members inside the community can get experience with both popular tools to level up their skills in KQL and SPL. And yeah, I'm excited for you to, get started inside of the SOC simulator there itself and start tackling some of the alerts and then
Hmm.
crafting up some reports. Because
Right,
one of the other members said it best is that, the 90-day SOC Accelerate program is there to learn, but then the SOC simulator is when you start to apply what you just learned. And that is so true. Once you're completed the 90-day and start
right,
tackling and creating these reports, I'm just excited to see what you actually come up with. So I can't wait for
right,
that.
right. Yeah, me too. I'm scared, but I'm excited.
Yeah, yeah. So I do have one last question for you, Oscar, and that is if someone's on the fence about joining, what would you tell them?
I think I would just kind of try to condense everything we talked about. Like there's a very vibrant community. I would kind of try to understand like what their skepticism are, this the skepticism to joining. I would explain to them that the journey is not meant to be done alone, and if you feel like lacking or like like you're just kind of wandering aimlessly in the cybersecurity journey, like this is the place. This is like the that missing piece you're looking for, like that community. I would also explain to them like the material and the labs and the resources you offer is like second to none. And that's like I would bet that I'll put my life on that. I would put my life on that.
Thank you.
uh, yeah, I think like if they're looking for that community and they're really looking to like lab it up and really be SOC ready, this is like the resources you offer are just like invaluable and they won't regret it.
Well, thank you. Thank you for saying that. That is pretty much all the questions I have. And I just want to say again, thank you for jumping on and sharing your experience with all of us. And
Mhm.
yeah, again, I can't wait to see your reports and see your growth inside of the community.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for taking your time out of your day. And I know like you're looking at multiple different things at the same time. So yeah, and I'm honored to share my experience. And yeah, I'm looking forward to writing up those reports and be out there in the school community.
If you are someone who is serious about becoming a SOC analyst, but you don't know where to start or how to get real experience, that is exactly why I built the MyDFIR SOC community. Inside, you will get access to the 90-day SOC Accelerator program, weekly mentorship, challenges, and hands-on training with real SIM tools like Microsoft Sentinel and Splunk. You can learn more about the community by clicking on the link in the description or head over to school.com/MyDFIR. Remember to stay curious and do things differently.